NBA TV family, what's good, what's good? It's gravitating away, and I got another one for y'all. Now, a lot of brothers and people in general wish they weren't in the shoes of Ime Udoka, because we know how it is. We know how it was being in those, let's just say, peculiar situations. The media went in on this man. Nia Long was humiliated throughout the process. This man's entire family. But folks, let me let you understand something about Ime Udoka, former Boston Celtics, so-called canceled head coach. This brother is talented. He knows how to reach his players. So I wasn't surprised that the Houston Rockets hired this man to be their full-time head coach. You know, during the whole midst of this scandal, so-called scandal, as if we don't understand that people have work husbands and work wives, etc., all that foolishness that goes on, professional settings or not, from the lowest company to the highest company, all that crap goes on. It's human nature. But during the midst of it, there was an interesting story that came out that the Brooklyn Nets were all in trying to hire Ime. And the cancel culture came for it. And Joe Tsai, the ever so tyrant of an owner in Brooklyn, the same dude who tried to bend Kyrie at the knee to make him forgive, he basically, capitulated to the crowd screaming, "Oh no, how could you hire this man?" As if Ime Udoka killed someone. Why do you people even care about what goes on in personal relationships? Do you understand that that white woman had a husband that worked in the same company? They have children. Where are her standards? But of course, being a brother in that position, I still think Ime should have understood the magnitude of what would happen, because here's where it was his fault. Okay, I'm happy you got hired by the Rockets, but Ime should have never kept pursuing this woman. That's where the humiliating part was for Nia Long. It's not that he had a affair or a fling. He kept pursuing it, according to reports. Now, I'm going to let you guys hear about this so-called breaking news so you can get an idea of the headway that is being made on the signing of Ime as the Houston Rockets' new full-time head coach.
More breaking news here on CBS Sports HQ. The Houston Rockets have hired Ime Udoka as their next head coach. That is per multiple reports. Udoka was last seen as the Celtics head coach in 2021, but was suspended and then released after allegations broke of him having an inappropriate relationship with a Celtics staff member. The Rockets went 22-60 on the season and are tied for the best chances to win this year's NBA draft lottery. And for more on this, let's bring in NBA champion and NBA Coach of the Year, Avery Johnson. Coach, first I'll...
By the way, some of the same faces that spoke about this man as if he robbed a bank. Just remember some of these faces. They're the same ones that didn't back him up. But what else do you expect from broken men who work from companies who expect them to come at the knee? I'm just saying, the same brothers who are smiling, like this one here, is the same one that, stuck with the narrative of shaming Ime Udoka.
Start by getting your reaction to the news that Udoka is now the head coach of the Rockets.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised because what we were hearing, there were some other guys like Kenny Atkinson involved with the job. We didn't know from the standpoint of what happened with Udoka off the court in Boston, is that was going to affect him getting another job. But obviously, if you look at the Houston Rockets, they weren't going to hire another assistant coach without any head coaching experience.
Facts. The Houston Rockets just been bad for some time, ever since the fiasco, or rather debacle of, Howard not coming to fruition with that signing. I'm talking about a guy who's a 7-foot center who never really came to his prominence when he was with Orlando. And I'm talking about Dwight Howard, that is. And then you had the whole James Harden wanting to get out of there, literally gain weight just to get the hell out of there, was throwing games, I say, was doing so bad to get out of there. But Houston understands this man, Ime Udoka, they don't care about the hanky-panky that was going on in Boston. As a matter of fact, they understand that somebody in there leaked that information. So they don't see a problem with a dude that led a team first year coaching to the NBA Finals. They see the potential of him bringing the group of great talent that they do have together. Let's see what happens.
So they were leaning towards.
I'm going to go ahead and forward some of this.
Prize on one hand, off the court, that's been clean.
It's taking here.
Well, obviously they're taking a chance because, you know, when a coach has been suspended for an entire season because of some conduct detrimental to the team,
speak it, brother.
then, you know, you obviously taking a flyer on somebody that really doesn't have that track record. But everybody's entitled to a second chance and sometimes a third chance. And obviously, you know, Tillman Fertitta and his son Patrick, whom I'm sure basically made this hire. They've gone through all of their evaluation, interviewed a lot of people that Ime worked with in Boston and probably other stops like Brooklyn and Philadelphia and even San Antonio. And
all right, so you get the gist of all of this. And here's the thing. There's been, you know, a few, I'll say, rumors that Nia Long wasn't quite pleased with this hiring. And I just wanted to talk about this because we don't talk about it enough. I don't know this man's personal business. I don't know if he had other instances of affairs and cheating on Nia that she probably kept quiet about it. But I could see it from both angles. Nia did what she felt was required for her because this was a public scandal. You know, no offense, but with a white Becky, at that, it showed him not having professionalism to be sleeping with one of the higher ups' wives in the organization when he was in Boston. So Nia felt humiliated. You know, she capitulated to what the crowd, specifically black women, you know, you might have had other races of women, but you know how it goes. Black women, leave him, he's a dog, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't think she really, you know, thoughtfully understood the process of leaving a brother like that. He's still the father of your children, at least two of them, not the oldest. He's still the man that you was married with in union for quite some time. There's just some things a woman won't thug it out with you. And that type of public humiliation, I don't think Nia Long wanted to step up to the plate for that. But look, she probably thought the brother was losing everything. She probably thought he was not going to have nothing back at all, the prominence that he was at. And she felt like it was easy to leave and nobody would fault me. It would be easy to just stop everything and walk away from it all. But see, herein lies the problem. A lot of black men who has been in the shoes of Ime Udoka, and not necessarily in the context of a scandal, a sex scandal, but basically I'm saying when we fall down, there are those of us that knows how to get back up. It may not be in the vision that you want, ladies, but we get back up. And once that ball starts rolling, there's no stopping us. Ime is just one of those brothers. You could tell he was knocking on everybody's doors, letting them know, here's my resume. Do not send me, you know, to a path that doesn't warrant what I did personally. Personally, who did it affect? That woman and her husband. It didn't affect the world. It didn't affect Boston. Boston just capitulated to the crowd screaming foul. And that's what we have is cancel culture. None of you care about these little gossip stuff. Of course, folks like the Shade Room and their, you know, diligent fans, they love that stuff. But most of you could care less. It's like they like seeing a brother's downfall. And I just wonder, Nia Long, with her being upset that, well, the rumors allegedly being upset that Ime Udoka was given a second chance. If that is true, understand how bad of a look that is. Why wouldn't you want the man to have another chance? You already left me. You're not with me. So you want my entire life to just go ahead and dissemble into just nothingness? You have children with me. You want them to see their father just in the midst of just being humiliated constantly? Nah, I don't know what is the timeline for a man to redeem himself, but I'm telling you now, personally, I didn't think much about that story. I truly didn't. So I want to check out some of the comments. I do this in every show just to get a taste of the temperature. They said, hope they bring back that logo color scheme too. Yeah, that Rockets yellow and red, that old school fabric they used to rock, that was the best one for me. They started experimenting with a lot of foolishness as usual, trying to keep up with the modern times, but sometimes old school is the best school, y'all. Happy for Houston, another commenter says. Perfect guy for the job. But I always wonder what the Celtics could have done with Ime as coach. Celtics were no joke. Second half on last season. Rockets will be a really good team if they buy into his way. Sky's the limit. I agree. Those Celtics players were so upset when they suspended their coach for some hanky-panky. I mean, once that processes through Boston, I mean, they got talent. So you know they were going to make it this far where they are right now in the second round of the playoffs, but we're talking long-term. We're talking franchise changing, dynasty making. This is what Ime Udoka drips of in the sense of great coach cachet. He brings that to the table. And, I also wonder where Boston could have been 4, 3, 5 years from now, not just this year. But of course, you're going to get detractors, people who didn't really like what the brother did. Like I said, man, Nia, if you are upset about this, I say grow up, grow up. You left the man at his worst, but he did put you at your worst. But grow up. If you're not getting back with him, this shouldn't affect you. The way I look at it is more money for the family, more money probably that you're getting back in whatever compensation. I don't know how that works. I don't know the intricacies of their marriage and now their supposed divorce. But I will say this. A lot of people will leave you at your worst. So I was happy for the brother personally. I applauded the Rockets' decision to take a chance on this man and not let a bad article or a bad news story of him having hanky-panky in the office space be the, I guess, storyline of his entire career. That wouldn't be fair. So I didn't have much to say on this. I just thought, I could share this with y'all and just remind my brothers, man, I love you guys, man. When you fall down, understand, try to get back up. I don't really advocate on you guys humiliating your family. I don't advocate on you guys really taking chances in the workspace. I've always felt like where I make my money, it's not where I'm going to socialize like that. But some of you take those chances is for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. But where I make my money is not where I'm going to have that type of, engagements. But the brother did. Nonetheless, I don't want to just reduce him to a cheater and as if he's not a great coach. I can't do that, And look what somebody wrote. It was just, I can't say that word on here, but I'm just saying, yeah, we can't have you winning rings. We hired you to build the team up so the white coach can take over and win the rings. Now go build Houston up so a white coach. I mean, I don't know. This brother's going down the rabbit hole. Look, guys, I ain't going to hold y'all much longer. Check out that article and support your black men in these spaces, man. Support them, man. I love seeing professionals, move along in this world where, your race can disparage you from getting that title that you work for, getting that position that you strive for. It's not going to be people feeling sorry for Nia Long. I'm sorry, ladies, that who could care less about her. It's going to be people that understand the optics of it all. This brother lost his job for something so foolish. It's only right he was given a second chance. Now, whatever you guys do in your shade room moments, keep it over there. This is a professional setting, and that's how we're going to do it. Gravitating away, right back at it again. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you rock with me, do me a favor, guys. I really would like to see the algorithm pick up on all my videos. Just like, comment, share, subscribe. But whatever y'all do, man, keep coming back. I'm out.
If it's love, I want everything. Touch my soul, touch my heart, don't judge my mental. They told me that life is simple, been real since Papa Pimple. I started out in the rental, Sonata, the presidential. Speak once and listen twice, they told me that less is simple.